She took his hand and she led him along that golden beach. Higher and higher and higher they climbed.
Never fight unless you're sure you can win.
They watched the waves tumble over the sand.
All right. 4 strands of rope.
She had all of the skin.
I get kicked out of La Quinta forever.
What do we do with poop?
What is freedom? Are we truly free?
What in the world?
In those Hollywood nights, in those Hollywood hills, she was looking so right in her diamonds and frills.
All right.
Hey! What is up,
dumbasses?
Losers?
Yeah.
We are here back in the saddle, back in the dungeon, and a special treat for all of the loser faithful.
All the audio listeners.
And any of the, all the audio listeners.
Spotify listeners, iTunes.
Anybody who hasn't figured it out yet, we're graced with the beautiful presence
Of me, Zach Howard.
Mr. Zach Howard. There, you know what? Let's go down here.
Oh.
Cole Watson down there on the end. Say hello to the people. Show them your small penis. Zach Howard
Oh,
right
it's very
next
small.
to him. Show
Mine's
'em-
probably smaller.
Yeah, show them your nuts.
If you lose
I'm
some
TJ
weight,
Nickerson, and
1
this
inch.
is our homie Gus Horn.
What's up?
Colonel Gustard in the basement
The
I gotta stop doing that. That's
with
annoying.
a beer.
Are you guys on LimeWire too, or no?
Yeah, you can get us on LimeWire.
We'll be on LimeWire. I mean, yeah, with your connections, we probably could be on LimeWire
Yeah.
tomorrow
With Gus's?
with Gus's connections.
Gus's, you got deep LW connections?
For sure, dude. Like, you can download anything with my name on it, and it's gonna be a porno Snoop Dogg on
It's
it.
gonna be,
Oh, that's tight.
it's gonna be
AI
a video of
generated.
a dog having sex with a lady. 'Cause every 10th video on LimeWire that I downloaded was that.
And you're
That's
like, not
insane.
again. I guess I gotta jerk off.
I downloaded a lot of skating tutorial videos when I was on LimeWire, like how to do a kickflip.
How to do a ollie.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
That's literally how I learned how to skate in high school.
I had Gus. Did you ever skate?
No. I played Tony Hawk.
That's tight.
Hell
Close
yeah.
enough.
Same shit, dude.
Yeah, it's stolen valor a little bit, but that's all right.
That's all I did.
We're
dude.
still happy you're here.
Did a little inlining back in the day, but
You know who Andy Mack is?
sure.
He was like only a
I gotta
vert
take these
skater,
out.
basically.
Yeah.
But he had a series of I think VHS tapes that I picked up at Goodwill that I was like,
That you should have
this
picked
is
up
how
on
you
LimeWire.
ollie. And I was like, hell yeah.
Dude, I was on the tutorial videos because, like, when I remember when my grandpa passed, it was way before then. I got his old classical guitar.
When he was still with
He
us.
was still alive. 'cause
Not
I
important
remember.
at all.
Yeah.
Before he died on
Said,
skateboard?
well, I was actually playing guitar at a church the day he died, so I was like, oh, I definitely knew how to play guitar when he died. I got like this weird 80s video of this guy
the beer
teaching chords.
Was it haunted?
I don't know. It could have been. He had like this blue collared shirt, and he was just like, here is a G chord. Wong. And it was just like not very descriptive at all. It's like, what the fuck is he doing?
He's teaching you how to play, young man. I remember the first thing that I downloaded on LimeWire was the red jumpsuit apparatus.
That couldn't
So-
be any
Gus, were
gayer.
you gay also in high school?
Well, I remember my dad wouldn't let me use the LimeWire because he thought the computer would get full of viruses.
Rightly so.
And
He's
then-
correct.
And then we got a
Dad
Mac.
seems like a smart
We got an
guy.
Apple computer, and I was like, "There's no viruses for Apple."
Yeah.
And then there were a bunch of viruses for Apple.
In fact, there's
I
money.
found them.
My mom and dad still have the desktop. My mom called me like a couple of years ago and was like, Zach, do you remember the password to the old desktop, the one that we used to, the family computer? And I was like,
Did you fire that thing up?
throw it away, Mom. What are you? If you turn that thing back on, the SWAT is gonna show up, dude.
Y2K
The
is
FBI,
finally
they're gonna
go.
be like, we finally got the person who was fucking. I must have ripped 400,000 movies off of
Just
LimeWire.
Torrent.
That's
what is it? Pirate
crazy.
Bay or some
Yeah,
bullshit.
we got
BitTorrent, all that.
we got an email one time about it. Did you guys ever have that?
I feel like
No, I
everyone
didn't. I
knew-
wasn't. I was more just music.
Got the
Music.
email.
My insurance, or not my insurance, my internet, my insurance provider reached out and said, "You gotta have to take it easy." No, the insurance. God damn, I did it again. The internet company emailed my mom and dad and were like, "Did you download this?" And it was like Final Fantasy VII, 400 gigs. I had to be like, "Yeah, that was weird."
Damn.
I never got into torrenting or like illegally downloading anything because I always had like two friends who were already doing that. I'd be like, "Here's my iPod, hook
hook
your
me up."
dude up."
You know, here's something. When I was a kid in Brazil, my dad would take me. There was like a flea market, but all like bootleg stuff.
Oh, sure,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
There's some of that.
Gus
So-
is from Brazil.
Yeah, so my dad, we would go there like on a Saturday morning, and my dad would like buy CDs, and if he liked it, he would go to the real store and buy the real ones later.
Oh, nice.
I still want to throw a little money to the artist.
Support
dude.
the artist. Your
But I'm
dad
not going to pay
rules.
for it if it's.
Yeah, this
He
is
knows about
ass.
LimeWire being dog shit, and he's like, "I support
I
art."
support local
the
artists.
arts. That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember having a really hard time with stealing everything when I was 15. Like being like starting to realize like, oh, there's no.
Were you stealing in gas stations?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I was just stealing anything.
Oh,
Like,
damn.
little
I would
klepto.
I would go and like
Big klepto.
pop Pokemon cards. I would just like when I was like 13, 14, I would just go to the Pokemon card aisle and I would just take the fucking sleeves out of the things and just put them in my pocket and walk out with Pokemon cards.
Damn.
I still to this day get nervous going into the Walmart by my house because I got like kind of confronted there one time for trying to steal a phone charger.
That's awesome.
Are you scared because they're going to offer you a greeter job?
Yeah.
Would you like to work here?
I just lied though. I was like, I don't have any like I didn't do that. And they were like, we you did. And I was like, no. And I just walked out.
Deny. That's awesome.
There's this, not to bring everything back to Brazil, but there's this Brazilian chain store that's like kind of like a Walmart, and the owner is kind of like a controversial figure because he got very political last couple of years.
Nice.
But
As
anyways,
things have done in Brazil.
at the end of every month, he'll post a video of everyone that got caught stealing. He has like 20 million followers, and then like just
Oh,
like a bunch of old ladies stealing like whatever.
And then you guys just like cut him in half with chainsaws in Brazil or whatever.
God damn, nuh-uh. That's tight. I guess I was such a square. I took all those like before a movie would come on. It was like you wouldn't
You took
steal
that
a
serious.
CD. I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. I
Goddamn right,
would.
wouldn't.
Not me. Not a sweet boy like me.
That guy like this?
Sometimes on LimeWire, the movie would be like someone filmed it in the theater.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I've definitely seen a couple of
Dude, I
films
watched
like
a movie
that.
like that.
It'd be like a head walking in front of it.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing worse than that. I think I was talking to you about this the other day, but Alexander is the movie just called Alexander with Colin Farrell and Kingdom of Heaven.
Kingdom of Heaven.
I saw like my parents had a friend who would like however they would accrue these
LimeWire.
these movies probably they would hook it up and put them on a disc for us, and then my mom would just come home from work with like 6 new movies, and I was like, oh hell yeah, dude, this one's not even out yet or whatever. And Kingdom of Heaven and Alexander, I was fired up because I just assumed, I'm sure I was fired up on Gladiator, and I assumed that these would kind of be like that. And I don't know if they were or not because it looked like shit. It was so dark, and it was clearly somebody filming
You
it in
couldn't
the
even
theater.
enjoy the Lady Boys in Alexander.
Yeah, I couldn't even have fun with that
Yeah, I watched The Edge of Tomorrow that way.
on a
Yeah.
a horrible
I was in
cop.
like Daytona, and it was, I think it was just raining all fucking day, and it just like ruined the plan. So I was like, I'm just gonna get on my dad's laptop and download a movie real
See
quick.
what's up.
And then it was like that, and I was like, I might as well watch
there was a
it.
version of that Wolverine movie, but the Wolverine movie after the one with Deadpool, whatever that first one was. I don't know. It's
Logan?
fucking so long
The
ago.
cool one, Logan?
No. There was a Wolverine movie in between the dog shit Deadpool one where they like sewed his mouth shut and the swords came out of his arms. Whatever that was. 'Cause it was called like
The first time we saw Deadpool
X-Men
was like
Origins,
super
maybe?
weird.
Was that what that was
Yeah,
called?
yeah.
And,
Is that like a young-
And that second Wolverine movie, just like somebody leaked that whole movie on the internet with no CGI. So like in high school, I watched that movie and it's just like all green screen.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool,
That's
though.
kind of fun. Yeah. Behind the
Just
scenes.
an uncut unedited version. Like you can see the wires and everything.
Yeah, that's
was
sick
pretty
as hell.
Gus, you're from Brazil, dude? How long did you live in Brazil?
So I was born here in Washington, D.C., and then
Proud to be an
when I
American.
was a baby, like 7 months old, I guess, my parents moved back to Brazil. And then when I was 12, we moved right here to Gwinnett County.
That's what's
Beautiful
up.
Gwinnett County, dude.
Shout out to
And
it.
yeah, man. Big
The
culture
melting
shock.
pot.
So it was funny because like on my going away party when I was 12 in Brazil, I got my first kiss, which wasn't even like a real kiss, just like
Whoa,
back
what
away.
was his name? Dude?
Ah.
Dude, Steve, dude. No, it was like we were playing like spin the bottle, and,
Oh, yeah.
and then I got,
That's
and I
hot.
thought I was at the top of the world, right? And then I got here to Duluth Middle School like a month later, and within like a couple weeks of the school year starting, there was this girl. She was also having a going away party, but she wasn't moving. She was going away because at 12 she was pregnant.
Oh, no.
That is so funny to like be like, nice, I got my kiss, and then you come to school in Gwinnett, and somebody's like, you're on the bus, and somebody's like, hey, you see that girl over there? That's hand job Harriet. She'll fucking jerk you off on the bus, and you're like, oh, this is not as cool as I thought. This is a scary
I
place.
also think it's just crazy. It's like you're going away. You know, it's like
I'm pregnant now.
Susie's going away. She's having a baby and will no longer continue her education.
Shit, well, she has to go to one of those schools where they can handle pregnant bitches.
Night school.
Pregnant 7th graders. Yeah.
Pregnant 7th graders.
Golly.
I mean, I hope she's well.
I mean, I was just thinking this. This is literally 20 years ago, so the kid must be like 20 now or 19.
Yeah,
Oh
that,
yeah, dude.
Damn.
that kid's probably, we probably know him. He probably does stand up.
It's that guy Oscar
around
Schindler,
here.
dude.
Oh, God.
It's that guy, dude.
And also, like
Shout out.
at that age in my school in Brazil, there was like literally no drugs. No one was drinking.
Yeah.
Like we heard of another kid who was smoking cigarettes. That was like a big thing. And then I moved here, and the first kid I became friends with, within like a couple months, he got kicked off because he was selling weed in the library.
Dude, the first time I saw weed was in 6th grade. He had it like, you remember when people kept their weed in like the Altoids
Yeah.
container?
What do you mean remember, dude?
Damn.
Just
It
kidding.
freaked me out, and I fucking slapped it out of his hand, and the weed went everywhere.
What is spaz? That's awesome.
I know, well, I didn't. He was like, "Dude, check this out." It's like, bro,
The devil's lettuce.
I didn't know
So-
what it was. I was going to church a lot.
Hell yeah, dude. So that's what I was gonna ask you guys. Did you grow up like
Catholic?
No, I went to a Lutheran school.
Oh,
but
damn.
we weren't.
Whoa.
We weren't like religious. It was just a bad like school around. But like we were,
chill, dude?
Sorry.
That's tight.
like we were. I guess we were Christian, but not like
Sure,
we
sure.
wouldn't go to church, but we like celebrate all the
You guys
holidays
were
and
Lutheran.
stuff.
Ain't nothing wrong
Not
with being
really.
Lutheran,
Like
dude.
not. I mean, I guess
You know?
like I used to. I've been to. Usually, I've been to church more often because people died than any other reason.
Yeah.
Sure. Interesting. And so, what part of Brazil did you grow up?
It's in the south. It's a place called Santa Catarina.
And is it very rural?
No, I mean
What'd
there
you
is
say?
Rural? Is it very rural?
Are you?
Rural?
Are you saying rural?
Rural, yeah.
I don't know. Jesus Christ, guys.
Goddamn, you gonna get your oil changed too?
I'm getting my oil changed. I'm trying to talk to Gus. I'm trying to talk to the
I just
G-Man.
couldn't leave that there, you know. It's my
No,
bad.
I lived in a city. It was the biggest city in the state. It was about 500,000 people. So it wasn't small, but it felt small because
Sure.
there's a lot of factories. So, but there was a lot of agriculture around for sure.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
and then
Banana
you were
trees.
like, and then you came to the States, and you were like,
Yeah, then
time
we-
for me to make people laugh.
No, dude. I moved here at 12. I didn't speak English. I had to learn from scratch.
So you had a leg up, dude. You were already making people laugh.
That's
Well,
right.
I was getting bullied because I was saying, like, instead of pronouncing two, I would say chew.
Oh,
He's
damn,
like this
dude.
fucking El Salvadorian kid who had a thicker accent than me. He would make fun of me for saying chew.
I was gonna say, if you went to Duluth, I mean, that's like,
Dude, every day, like for the first 2 months, every day I would meet someone from a country I didn't know was a
that's what
country.
I'm
Dude.
saying, dude.
I became friends with this kid from Cambodia. I had no idea what Cambodia was.
That's
Dang,
awesome.
dude, the war-torn country
Still
of
don't.
Cambodia, dude.
All right, so what, like, obviously, there's some sort of process where you're learning English at school and doing the whole thing,
Well-
but where you also, did you also start getting hot and heavy with American movies, or, like, what was...
Well, it's a funny story. I was just thinking of this on the way here.
Nice.
My favorite movie, not because it's the best, but because like it's a movie that I can watch as many times as I want to, is The Longest Yard with.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
But the reason is because there's a mall around here called Santa Fe Mall.
Yeah, Santa Fe
and they
Mall.
have the or it used to be Dollar Theater.
Yep.
And I mean, I would go with my mom and my brother. And we could never sit, the three of us, next to each other because there was never three sits that weren't broken next to each other. But anyways, that's the first movie I ever saw in the U.S. was Longest Yard. And I couldn't understand anything the first time I saw it. And then it went on like a TV. So every time it would come on TV, I would watch it and I'd understand a little bit more and a little bit more. So I probably watched it like 100 times now.
Dang, dude. So you learned your English from Nelly.
Joey Diaz.
Joey Diaz
Chris
and
Rock.
Goldberg.
yeah.
And transgender was his name? Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
You just started saying racist stuff because your favorite character was the Stone Cold Steve Austin guy.
It's Goldberg, isn't it?
No, they're both.
Oh, it's wow.
So
Damn.
Goldberg is
The
on the
iguana
prison
or whatever?
team. Yeah,
They got
he's
a good cast in that movie.
Yeah,
It
it's
is a good. It's a
insane.
funny.
Terry
Burt
Crews.
Reynolds.
Terry Crews. Yeah, Burt.
Burt was obviously in the OG.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Dude, that
yeah.
movie makes me cry.
It's one of the
I love that
craziest
movie.
Dude, when
lines
When
in
they
that
kill
movie.
Chris Rock.
you dude,
it sucks so bad.
that fucked me up. I was like, no.
But one of my favorite lines is what's his name is
Terry?
the weird guy who like clearly is spying on
Oh yeah.
the
I don't
guard.
know his name.
Oh,
and he's like
The weird Italian.
after Nelly first runs the ball and he's like he's so
so
fast.
fast. He makes other
fast people look not
so
fast.
fast. Not so fast.
Every line in the movie from him is incredible, but there's this crazy I'm sure anytime I see that movie's on.
Isn't that Kevin Bacon?
what's
What's his name?
Is that is?
No.
Is he not the warden?
no
Not the warden, but the guy below the warden.
No,
the,
that's,
the guard or whatever.
Quarterback of
It's
the other team?
it's the guy from Armageddon who's like he's always a dickhead, but he's always good.
What's his name? I always confuse that guy with Kevin Bacon.
That's crazy.
Who knows, dude? My
Give it a juggle.
Yeah.
But every time I'm like I forget, and then the craziest line is Stone Cold is like he's the running back for the guards, and he like picks up a first down. Just sort of running over the guys at the end when they're having the game, and he's like comes over to the sideline. He's like, "That's how a white man wins a football," and I'm like, "Jesus Christ!"
Yo, I watched. Speaking of things because that's a crazy thing to say in a movie. I watched "I Love You, Man." Me and Taylor watched "I Love You, Man" again last night, which
So
is a great
good. It's
movie.
so funny.
But that whole movie is just one big gay joke. That like,
Oh, yeah.
the whole movie.
William. What's that?
Oh
last
yeah,
name?
William Fetchner.
Let me see.
Yeah, he was in.
It's like crazy spelling.
That's him.
Victor.
Victor.
Yeah.
William.
He's good. He's in a lot of stuff. Shout out to him.
Shout out Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down.
But there's some moments in that movie where I was like, yo, this movie came out like 2012. This is a pretty homophobic movie.
Well, I mean, it's not, but it is like they just make those guys like the process of finding a
platonic male friend.
Is that the fake gay wedding one?
No, that's
no.
Chuck and Larry.
I Love You, Man is the one with
Jason Segel and Paul Rudd.
Segel and Paul Rudd.
Oh, that like he doesn't have friends.
He doesn't
has
have
no
any
friends,
friends.
yeah.
He's getting married and he's got no friends, so he's like looking for a friend. And then when fucking the guy from Reno 911
So
kisses
funny.
him like passionately kisses him on the mouth.
They're having like the dudiest time ever, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Nice," and they bro hug, and he just kisses him on the mouth. It's so funny. That movie's great.
It's a fantastic
But I
film.
will say, have you ever seen? This is because of Stone Cold Steve Austin coming up and his acting career.
I have seen this movie.
You've
Are you
seen The
thinking of
Condemned?
The Condemned.
I don't think so.
All right, so The Condemned is essentially like it came out before Hunger Games, and it's sort of like somewhere in between Lord of the Flies, Hunger Games, The Most Dangerous Game, but it's like probably 2007, six
Yeah.
or 7. They take all these like death row prisoners from around the world. This rich guy puts together this like internet viewing party,
Like
that-
Squid Games before. So.
Yeah, right.
It's pre-Squid Game. So he puts all these people, these like murderers on a island, and Stone Cold Steve Austin is like a military vet who got caught up and had something shitty pinned on him when he was like
He's
deployed.
He's innocent. Or
and he's
something. Loosely innocent.
he's a good guy, and so the whole movie he's running around, and the cast is fun, but it's a ridiculous movie, and it's kind of Death Racy too. If you've seen Death Race, the newest, not Avenue, whatever. It doesn't matter. But the best, here we go. The best line is he just keeps going, "Come on, sweetheart." He just calls everybody in the movie sweetheart. And Steve Austin's my favorite actor, so I know he listens. Shout out to him.
Shout out Stone Cold Steve Austin, dude. Hey, I want to keep the trend. And it's great. TJ's leaving. The trend going. We've asked all of our guests this question.
Here we go.
When you jerk off.
When?
Yeah.
What do you mean when?
Like when you're doing it.
Okay, right? Back in the day, right?
Right now, you're celibate, huh?
No.
You're doing a long no-fap. When you jerk off, do you jerk off sitting down, lying down, standing up? Because there seems to be some strife in our community about what the normal way to jerk off is. Because I'm weird for jerking off laying down.
Back in the day, I had it didn't matter. Like I could do it in the shower, standing up. I could do it in the chair.
Anywhere.
Whenever it needed to occur.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's 99% of the time laying down on my back. Yeah.
Regular fact.
Weird. Weird. You guys.
I mean, if I'm sitting down, there's too much in the way. So.
Okay.
I said, what is weird about going and lying down in your bed and enjoying some Utah?
Just pretending there's a beautiful lady on top of you.
That's where I sleep, dude. That's gross. That's where I dream.
More gross than coming into your hand in the shower.
That's only when it's in the shower, and that doesn't happen often anymore, dude.
Well,
Dude, when I was like 15, maybe 16, I wanted to see what it would look like from underneath. So
hell yeah.
We had like a little mirror like this big, and I put it like on like the bathroom counter.
Damn, you tributed the mirror?
And I jerked off onto the mirror.
Mirror tribute?
That's fucking art,
That's
dude.
crazy.
You made postmodern art.
Because I mean, in porn, the lady's always like underneath.
You came on your own.
I wanted to see what the view was like.
I want to see what it looks like for a lady.
It's like the reverse POV, dude.
Come in your own, looking in your own eye.
Dude, I'll be honest. There was a second where I was like, "Oh no, this question has clearly run its course, and now it's so back. We'll never not be able to ask people this because that's incredible."
As long as people are honest about what they do, the answer to this question is normally pretty good.
When we finally get hip and have a lady comic on this show, it's gonna suck, dude, because they're gonna be like, "What? What the hell?"
Now I'm gonna keep this guy his information confidential, but I have a long time homie, like a deep long time homie.
Deep homie.
Deep.
Damn.
Homie. And we broached this question one time, like, what's the most amount of times you jerked off in a single day?
Oh yeah, right.
And this guy, he's like, we're going around in a circle. I'm like, 5. Some guys are like, maybe 4
I
or
probably
whatever.
hit 6 one day.
Yeah. And then we got to this guy, and he was like 29.
No way, dude.
And we were like, what the fuck? And he was like, 29. He's like, most of the time I do it 8 or 9 times.
Most of the time.
How old is this guy?
He's the same age as me. I mean, he's 33, or maybe he's a little 34.
But when he told you this,
We were 21, 22. And then I dug a little deeper because I was like, well, what are you do? Like, you're jerking off 26 times, but that's like
to completion.
Like, well, that was the first thing I asked. I was
course.
like, well, okay, what we just found out about
For
this
science.
homie is he doesn't know how to jerk off.
He just thinks being like,
Yeah, right. But
right when I start to like it, I stop.
exactly.
29.
But I had him explain it to me, and he gave me the whole rigmarole. I was like, yeah, that's right. Comes out the end of the penis. That all makes sense.
That's it.
You're doing it?
You're really in there doing it.
And I was like, well, what are you doing? 26 times. And I'm like, you don't stop. He's like, no. If I'm on one of these sessions, I'm ripping. And I'm like, well, what are you doing when you rip it? And he's like, I just butt naked. I have a full-length mirror, one hand on the mirror.
That's right.
Just locked into my own eyes.
Dude, intervention.
That's
an intervention. Like,
the
that's
most
like
psychopathic thing I've ever heard.
It's crazy.
What prison is this guy in now?
He's doing well. He's doing so well.
He's actually
it's
the
probably because he
CEO
has
of
like
Uber now.
no more cum in his balls left.
So well.
He's just like, you know what?
I'll tell
I
you-
really have drive for work.
I'll tell you guys
and
what
productivity.
he does off camera, but
How is he not
Well.
sleeping 22 hours a day? That's insane.
I don't know. Or
Well, because he's
bleeding.
jerking off.
Like,
That's
how do you
Yeah.
not? How do you not wind up just coming blood?
Dude, oh, sorry, Gus. Hey, all this
Kids,
jerk off talk's got
right
me
now.
wild. I mean, there'll be days where you're like, if you have 2 a day now, and
I
you're
want
like,
to kill myself.
and it's like you've got wiener chafe and shit. You're
Yeah.
like, yo, I I feel bad. I've been abusing myself.
During the pandemic, like I got lonely, so
Yeah.
sometimes it would be like a lot, but like after like 4, it just like it doesn't even shoot out. It's just like
You just
cries out.
Bro, I have to like prime myself to fucking shoot rope these days.
You gotta do foreplay.
You gotta hydrate.
Doing
Dude, I gotta-
foreplay with yourself. It's
Dude,
awesome.
it's like, well, it's like, it's interesting because it's like, all right, this is like a means to an end. This is just maintenance, you know, checking the
Yeah,
pipes, everything.
Right, that's right.
It's just gonna kind of
Still works nice.
plop,
Just need to
It's
make
gonna-
sure that two ladies kissing still
But-
gets this thing on.
like,
Can confirm.
Can this
yeah,
Macy's
yeah,
catalog
yeah. If
get it going?
if I'm like making out with a lady for a while and like there's foreplay,
You're like, hold on, let me jerk
dude,
off.
I'm hitting the ceiling.
Yeah.
But if it's like
I gotta go.
fucking just straight to it,
You drooling.
it's like fucking.
This is nasty talk, and I'm gonna put a stop to it.
Yeah.
Right now.
I thought you were talking specifically about having to shoot, like if you're jerking.
Jorgen Hog.
Joiking.
You're like joiking, and you're like, I was imagining for like the whole day. You're every time you see a mirror, you're like, look at you, handsome guy. You're like jazzing yourself up to
Dude,
shoot.
I hate
Hey,
myself.
come on.
I don't do
right
that.
here, dude. Focus up, dude. We're gonna shoot ropes tonight.
Ropes
I'm gonna
tonight.
touch myself tonight. And we're gonna shoot ropes.
Well, sometimes it's just like I need to know that it can still happen.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's just like I'm in my 30s. I'm about to be 33. It's just like,
Coming into
dude,
your Christ
is my
year.
I've
it's
never
like
been
is,
harder,
is my
dude.
is my rope days behind me?
Because
I
how
do-
hard are you?
Right now, no.
Yeah, right now.
Thank you.
I do like
Thank
if like not when I was in a relationship, but now that I'm single, like if I think there's a chance I might get some action like on Saturday
There's no need to pile, dude. That's crazy.
Elon, take it easy.
from my cock to you.
My seed goes out to you or
My
whatever.
seed goes out.
My hog goes
No,
out to you.
I'll stop on like Wednesday and like just like let me save it up a little bit. Yeah.
Preserve.
so you can fully frost.
So you can hit her with your salmon.
Because I mean, it's gonna be quick. And it's gonna be quick anyways. But then at least like if it's quick and a lot, I'd be like, oh, it's been a while.
At
Sorry.
least you can drown her.
Oh, God.
You guys ever see that? The
No.
Excuse me?
No. The answer's no. Only you freak.
No, come on, like the fake penis cum. You've never seen that? You never?
Oh, yeah,
What are
dude,
you
yeah.
talking? I don't know.
Where it's
Yeah.
like, well, wait a minute, that's not real.
I just remember for a long time the ad on the
That's what I'm saying, a lot
side
of
of
the
Nog was Semen X, and it was the ad is like, do you want to jizz the most? And I was like, what? And
Not really.
I was like, I didn't think about it before, but now that you're presenting me with the option, I guess. But
If I'm
there-
blasting a lady, I'm going to be respectful and probably
yeah,
help clean up.
but it was
I
the
don't-
greatest
Here, let me
ad
get that out of your mouth.
it was just 2 shot glasses.
Oh,
And it
yeah,
said
the-
Semen X, and one would like
Normal.
a little normal amount, and then the other one looked like somebody had a conditioner bottle, and they were just overflowing. And I was like, yeah, I never thought about it, but I guess if I had the opportunity to just have my, and then I just kept trying to dare different friends to try Semen X, and nobody would ever take
I've
it.
been on it for a couple years now.
Can confirm,
It's not
huge.
too bad, dude.
Dude, when
Not
I was
too
like
bad.
12, 13, one of those sites, they had an ad for a pill that would make any girl want to sleep with you. And at the time, I was like, dude, this is what I need.
Molly?
Of course, this has to.
And then later, I was like, oh, they're trying to sell roofies too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Damn.
Their ad man was Bill Cosby.
Bill cut the cause, dude.
Do you guys? Did anybody ever tell you the? I don't know. I tried it, but it felt like an old wives' tale. But that you could shoot. This is so ridiculous.
Tell me.
Into your mouth?
You
Yeah.
could- and absorb your
Angle it
own
right.
protein. No, that you could shoot gnarlier if you moments before completion you iced your balls. You put ice on your balls.
That I've never heard of, but I've heard that you can prevent shooting by pushing on your taint before you come.
Oh,
Have you heard
interesting.
it? Like if you like, there's a point where you can like
The manual override. Manual override edging is crazy. Just being,
Come on.
not yet.
I have tried it. I can't find it. I'm gonna have to get a professional.
Cannot confirm or deny.
She's like, what are you doing, dude? I'm just, wait up.
Nothing.
trying to choke this bitch.
Why are you figuring your asshole, dude?
Yeah, I missed. now I'm done for sure.
Yeah, it's like the fucking Alt F4 to coming.
Damn, dude.
It's the what?
Sorry, computer talk.
Oh, Alt F4.
Yeah.
No, that's my bad. I'm deaf, and I don't know what that means.
He's that deaf, dumb, blind kid from the Who song.
I am the pinball wizard, dude.
Speaking of the pinball wizard, speaking of TJ, the pinball wizard.
Okay.
I've been trying to desperately get a hold of TJ all day because I need to talk to him about business, and he's been fucking off. And I'd love to know what you've been up to for the past 24 hours because you just disappeared.
Yeah. So yesterday,
I've needed you for business.
me,
Grilling, dude.
yeah, me and the homies made some barbacoa and had countless numbers of beers and a couple of rum cocktails, and I was 4 hours of sleep anyway. And so apparently, I was told this morning. I went AWOL at some point last night, and what happened was I fell asleep on the toilet at my homeboy's house, and they kept trying to just wake me up, and eventually had to, like,
Were your pants down?
yeah. Eventually, they had to carry me to the couch. I woke up this morning
Did they
and,
wipe you?
and was like, my belt. Apparently, there was no evidence of me trying to use the restroom. I didn't get that far. And
So funny.
so they
You
got
fell
me
asleep.
to my.
You almost died Elvis style.
Yeah, I was trying to Elvis, and so they get me to the couch, and I guess sweet boys. Shout out to my boys. They didn't have to do any of this. They could have just left me.
And hit you with a quick handy before you.
No, so I wake up this morning and was like, oh, and then I realized I was like, my homie was like cleaning up the kitchen. I was like, why's my belt undone? Were you guys blowing me last night? What the hell? And no, then they told me the story. So anyway, then I'm like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta get some stuff done today probably. And they're like, come on.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a guy who used to jerk off 29 times a day.
This is the guy. I
was
have a
me.
somewhat similar story. Here it is.
You go.
We got blackout, and evidently, a buddy of mine and his girlfriend were starting to have a mild disagreement, and I did not like it. I start to cry, and I'm like, please stop fighting. This is my house. Only love here. And then I ran to the bathroom and fell asleep on the toilet. Pants up. The toilet seat was down. Somehow I grabbed some sheets from the closet and threw it behind my head and was propped up against the wall like this.
Sleeping like a little baby.
That's
dude.
incredible.
Dude, one time I was in the only wedding I've ever been to was out in Washington State, and my buddy, we were like this.
If I get married again, Gus, you can be in my second wedding.
Oh, cool. I was so the wedding started early, like 5 p.m. or whatever. We were shit faced by like 10. Back at the cabin by like midnight, whatever, and then I passed out on a chair around 2 a.m. and then I wake up at 4 a.m. and my feet are freezing. And there's like nothing to cover it. And so I was like, man, how can I get my feet warm? So it's like, oh, I can go to the car and heat up and have the fucking. But it was like, no, it's fine. It was outside. But then I went and slept in my car. And then I wake up at like 6:30 a.m. My buddy's like, dude, what the fuck? Are you driving? You were shit faced. I'm like, no, man, my feet were cold.
Had icy feet, dude. Relax, dude.
That's awesome. So,
That's fun.
So today I was just trying to get right.
Just
And
trying to
then
get right.
I probably surpassed getting right and got
I
right
love
back
the
in
text
there.
message that you sent me at like 4 o'clock when I texted you like, bruh. And TJ was like, I need this.
I said, I know, I'm sorry. I needed this. It was just like, we were just sitting at the bar, like eating lunch and shit talking and hanging out. And it was a good time. I don't know.
I told you this earlier that I was going to find a way to get here, but that reminds me of the greatest story about TJ that I have.
The greatest story never told.
The greatest story never told about TJ, which I'll
be interested to hear.
Yeah. So we had a bachelor.
That's
This
me.
was like probably 12 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that. We were pretty young. I was living in my first apartment with my wife. I just gotten married. And we were having a bachelor party for a homie of ours. Invited TJ over because TJ is friends with the homie. Shout out the homie, Corporal Beebs. He knows what's up.
Hasadi.
And we all get shit-faced, right?
Right.
And the homie whose bachelor party it is, he falls asleep on the couch, right? And there's some disagreements between me and TJ specifically, where I'm like, you you got to get homie out of my house. This is my marital home.
Sure.
My wife is coming home after this party. I'm not. He lives in this apartment complex with me. Like, you just have to take him to the other end.
The other one, yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you want me to do? We walked down here. Like, if he can't walk and he's just fucking passed out. And I'm like, well, you got to carry him. And you're like, yeah, fuck, you're right, dude. I'll carry him. And I'm not going to be able to do this justice because I'm sitting down, but homie is laying face down, and TJ walks over to the couch and grabs him by the back of the shirt and the belt, lifts him straight up, spins him off the couch, and looks at me dead in the eyes and goes, nope, and then just drops him on the ground. And then I'm like, okay, well, what are you gonna do? And that woke the homie up. And then he's like, oh, what's going on? And you're like, hey man, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here or whatever. And then you guys left, and I didn't know this until I talked to that homie the next day. He was like, yeah, DJ and Eric, shout out Eric, they just left me on your stairwell out into your apartment complex. He's like, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning on the stairwell in the apartment complex and was like, what the fuck is going on? So he got up, sprinted across the apartment complex back to his house. And
Incredible.
I've held on to that story for a long time. It makes me very happy to think about you picking up Drewski by the belt and the neck.
Like you're going to do Superman.
Like you were going to carry him a half a mile across the parking lot.
Like a couple of grocery bags.
Like a fucking Gatling gun.
Like, Bill Duke and Predator
just dropped him, dude.
Mowing Forrest down.
You didn't even get one step.
Nope. Okay.
So, he's a...
My mom, before I would go out drinking up until I was like 25 or so, she'd be like, don't drink too much. I'm like, Mom, I can drink. I'm fucking an adult. She's like, no, your friends are too skinny. They're not going to be able to carry you.
You pass out, dude.
That's awesome.
They're just going to have to leave you.
You just have to be wherever you are, dude. That's okay.
There was a
That's
homie.
fun.
There was a homie on the Georgia Tech football team while Big Mike was down at Georgia Tech. And they called him Sudsy. And Sudsy played. He was the starting center, and they called him Sudsy because the very first day of practice, of like real practice that year that he started, they couldn't find him.
Okay.
And he was just asleep on 17th Street.
Holy
he had just
fuck.
like gotten drunk and fallen down and was asleep on the curb.
Dude, 17th. Like on the bridge?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what they called him, Sudsy.
I'm still not making that connection.
Because he was drunk, Sudsy.
Oh, just, yeah. Okay.
He was a drunk.
Suds.
Because he was a goddamn drunk, dude. Relax.
Lush. All right. Cool.
Damn. I was thinking bubbles were involved.
Yeah, dude. I thought he maybe pee-peed.
And they called him Sudsy because his mouth was full of soap.
He had to wash his mouth. That was so good. He said a bad word.
Because he said...
He was being
What
bad.
did he say, Cole?
Don't.
The F word, probably?
Yeah, hard F.
Which one's that?
Maybe a C?
Whoa, Gus. We laid the rules down, dude. No
Yeah, hold
slurs
on.
on this podcast.
Fuck.
All right, sorry, Nutellus.
Nutella. That's tight. All right, give me some more. Do you remember any more pivotal American films that gave you some culture when you first got here from Brazil?
To Juno,
Juno.
That's one.
Whoa.
which is now gay, apparently.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Elliot
Did that
Page.
make you want to impregnate a hipster?
I barely remember what it was about.
I don't think I ever saw Juno.
I saw Juno in theaters.
Of
I
course you
tried
did.
to watch it, and I was like, this is so
It's
boring.
great. What? It's a great movie.
This
Is
is
it?
boring.
Yeah, it's a fun little like slice of life comedy. It's
Wasn't Paige also
It's
in
about my classmate.
It's about Gus's 12-year-old girl classmate.
Duluth Middle School? Wasn't Paige also in Hard Candy? Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Talk about a fucking nightmare. Do you know this movie?
No.
So Hard Candy.
No, I'm thinking of Teeth.
Okay, so I mean, this is like Teeth without any sort of supernatural stuff. But Hard Candy.
Yeah, but this has something to do with their puss?
No. So Hard Candy is
She got
the
teeth in her
character plays a young lady who has taken it upon herself to trap guys who are creepy to young girls on the internet. She gets her.
I remember this movie.
Vigilante.
Gets homeboy out to this house under the guise that he's gonna do his nasty thing, and then she just like tortures him.
Oh, so she
shit.
law-abiding citizens everyone.
Yeah, it's very.
Gus, you ever do that?
You ever
Torture.
catch a,
No.
you ever catch a predator and fuck him up? Wait, what did you say?
I said I never got caught. No.
Damn, boy.
I know my way around this camera.
Fair.
No, man. I was a big fan of very unrelated, but I was a big fan of Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
Hey, that's
that bus.
And I'll tell you what, dude, that is the real America.
Hey, early contender for
Poorly made, renovated house
Yeah.
for money.
Dude,
We're
I
not
love
gonna
it.
have enough time.
They'll come in and there's like
We'll make
this
time.
4-year-old who'd never seen a camera before. Like, what do you like, buddy? He's like, I guess I like tennis. And then
The
they'll
whole
come back a
house.
week later and the whole room is like tennis.
Early contender for the name of the app. Move that Gus, dude.
Move that, Gus.
Not terrible. Yeah, that
Nice.
is fun. To basically take Pimp My Ride and make it a house now.
Yeah.
Except it's like it's just like insufferable
That's a-
white people
It's like,
fixing
you know how you guys
houses.
couldn't afford $500 rent last week? Now spend $3,000 a month in utilities.
Heated floors.
The best was I can't remember exactly where in the lexicon of the time that these episodes came out, but there was an episode where they started doing stuff and the whole house was covered in black mold. And then they just were like, wow. And then they just tore out all the sheetrock and then they put new sheetrock up. And I was like, is that how you treat
that
black
it?
mold?
I think so. Just get rid of it.
Is that it, though? You don't have to do anything else?
I think they just took it to somebody else's house.
It's like,
They were like, your problem.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
No wonder your kid's been sick a bunch.
No wonder your whole family has conditions. Black mold. Okay.
Damn, dude. So were you heavy into music when you came over here? What was the thing that sort of was like, this is my shit, dude? I'm in the band.
No, dude, I
Tethered
was.
to the culture, dude.
No, I mean, I started learning about American football when I got here.
Oh, hell yeah.
But then, the second year I was here, in 8th grade, I joined the Duluth Middle School Wildcats.
Nice.
But I didn't really know the rules fully, and I was still with my English.
Sure.
So I'm trying to learn English and football while getting hit.
While
That's pretty good.
CTE.
Yeah.
You're trying to longest
Did you play
yard,
football
dude.
in
That's
high school?
Cool.
No, because we moved back to Brazil right after that.
Dude.
And then when I came back,
That's probably the fucking coach at Duluth High School was like, fuck, dude.
I missed out.
I mean, I got all right by the end of the season. We were terrible. Like, we were 0-7 in the last game of the season. We played another 0-7 school, and then we won. And then we threw Gatorade at the coach.
We did it.
We had a party afterwards.
It was like, remember the Titans in Duluth?
Went to CC's.
Yeah, went to CC.
That's awesome, dude. We beat the guards.
So then you moved back to Brazil.
Yeah.
When did you say? How long? So you were in...
I was 14. It was in 2007.
Damn, dude. And then you come back here. You go to
Illinois.
the University of Illinois.
Yeah.
You become the smartest guy.
Well, that's another culture shock thing, because I thought American schools were all like Duluth, and then we moved to
sure.
a place called Mahomet, Illinois. It's like a village that has like 8,000 people outside of Champaign, Urbana.
Okay.
And so
Very
like
Midwestern.
I was like the most non-white person there,
Yeah.
and I mean, I brought diversity to the place, which is not good. So,
Okay.
yeah, so it was very different setting, but it was all right. Yeah, but then
So where do you get into comedy? What's the move from being a smart guy who's well traveled and bilingual?
So my dad liked the Chris Rock special in like 2008.
Hell
That
yeah.
one had like 3 different
Yep.
cities.
Yep.
And then going back to LimeWire, that's the time of LimeWire. So
Yep.
I just downloaded Chris Rock shit, and so
Nice.
that was the 2 albums, Bigger and Blacker, and whatever the other one was.
Bring the pain.
Bring the Pain. Yeah. So I
Yep.
just listed that on my iPod on like a repeat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but like I never really stopped to think like what comedy, how you would get into comedy. I just liked watching it, but I never
Sure.
stopped to how does one start. And then around like after college, I had this job that I had to drive like a 2-hour commute every day. And so I just started listening to podcasts and stuff, and then I started to get an idea of how people, start open mics and stuff. So
Dang, dude.
Nice.
bro.
it took me like 9-10 months after that to actually get the courage to sign up.
Yeah.
Then I went to see an open mic at Laughing School, and out of like 25 people, like at least 3 of these people I have to be better than.
Yeah,
It's
right. Yeah,
impossible
sure.
that I'm not better than them.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
I
then
think that was-
signed up. Yeah.
I think, and I don't want to be gay if you don't want to talk about it, but that's like what Kill Tony did in that way, where it was like when you watch some of these people, it's like, well, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, get in here, dude. Come hop,
Yeah.
come hop in for a sec, dude.
What up?
Yeah, we're
Ladies
think
and
so.
gentlemen,
What
friend
up?
of the podcast, Zach Hadlock,
local legend Zach Hadlock. What's up, bro?
host of our first rendition of Good Answer.
That's right. What a perfect opportunity to plug. What's up, dude?
That's a deep couch. How y'all doing,
Deep,
man?
deep and wide, like the Father's love.
Like,
Yes.
that's right.
But
Deep
yeah,
like your friendship.
that's right. I think there's something to
How many
the.
times do you jerk off a day?
Yeah, we already asked Zach. He was on the podcast.
He was like, ah.
It was within the first 5 seconds I was
and
bombarded.
he pled the fifth.
I said
Yeah,
a
you did.
variety. I said a variety is best.
So did Gus. But then he
Spice of
said,
life.
"What did
Yeah.
he said some pretty fun stuff about
The
jerking
mirror.
off."
Mirror stuff. Yeah.
The mirror tribute, man.
That's right, mirror tribute.
He's
That's
the
right.
guy.
That's right.
Doing the mirror thing. That, what you were just
I was gonna say, if you don't want to talk about it, but I think it'd be a shame not to ask, dude. You were on.
You were on
Tony.
KT.
Yeah, last week's episode. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gus Horn of
From Kill Tony to Beautiful Losers. What a fucking.
What a run,
dude.
kid.
What was it like?
Dude, I was nervous for the first time in probably a couple of years. I got really nervous before a show.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, if I do it every day now, even if it's a bigger show, I'm like, if it's a bigger show with a crowd, I know, like, if my first joke is all right, I know it's
You know what
set
you're in
to
store
be all
for,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy because you've been like international lately. Like you've been grinding.
Yeah, but this one is like, well, first I've watched the show for every day for like, or every week for like 5 years.
Right.
And then, like, I knew that, like, probably 2 million people are going to watch it online later.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so I'm like, fuck, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up. And then you're backstage, and like the guy behind me, or before me, he won like golden ticket, and
Yeah, that's
he won
right.
a spot at Tony's show, and then a spot at Red Band's
Secret
show,
show,
and then
yeah.
he won a spot. He got an audition for the Mothership, like right after that.
Wow.
So
Damn.
Yeah. I didn't follow that.
Wins everything you can win at Kill Tony.
So-
This girl was literally jerking him off in front of me. That's crazy.
And then he went backstage.
Well,
and then,
that
yeah, it
super
all
hot
happened
chick
again.
too,
Oh, my
Heidi
bad.
from the show. She's like backstage, like going back and forth. You're like trying not to look too much.
You're
We're
like,
like,
no, it's you from the internet.
yeah.
Well, I told you in real life. I'll tell you. I'll let it live on the internet forever, dude. You killed it.
Thanks, man.
You did
It
great.
was fantastic.
It was an awesome
Well,
set.
I think what was pretty apparent was that like you had clearly been on the international road, so to speak, working like most every night or whatever, and it was like, holy shit.
Yeah, if you would-
Gus is always fun and always
Yeah.
super funny, but it was like there was an extra sharpness, and I think honestly the slight nervous tick that you probably haven't felt in a
Yeah.
while gave you a little bit of an edge too, where it was like,
Yeah, but the thing is, I have like that was my fifth set of the year so far. I kind of took like a month off in January,
oh, gotcha.
so
Oh, okay.
I hadn't really been doing that much.
Damn.
You got to take a little bit of time off when you do comedy to half the globe.
Yeah, that's
Really quick, dude. Two things that were funny to me about the Kill Tony spot that you done did there. I loved seeing everyone's comments on the videos of you. Like, for a couple days, I was just scrolling my real algorithms, and you came up, and it wasn't even Kill Tony. It was some bot account that ripped footage of you
But
to
didn't
profit.
tag me,
He
fuckers.
didn't tag no one, and then it's like got like 800,000 views, and it's just got a bunch of comments of just like, oh, nuclear, physicist from Brazil or whatever the hell.
Yeah, Reddit said I'm not a Nazi.
Yeah. Well, I like the comments that said you weren't a Nazi.
Dude, have you been? I feel like I would have trouble not reading reading every single comment.
Dude,
Are you falling into
yeah,
that?
for sure. So there's like on YouTube, there's like the comments on the
not a
video,
Nazi.
but because they released the episode as like a live video.
Oh, yeah.
There's like the live.
Yep.
So I went back like to the time my appearance was.
What's the live
And I'm just like reading everything that they wrote like, in real time about me.
Oh man.
That's terrifying. That's terrifying.
I would literally do the exact same thing.
I'm vain enough to want it. I gotta know what the people are saying.
I am
Yeah.
too scared.
Yeah.
I think it would be very tempting to go the other way, where it's like I want to look at all the comments, but I think it'd be very fun to go in and respond to every one of them that was mean and be like, yeah, totally, for sure.
Yeah,
It sucks
you
too,
know.
right?
Yeah, what am I thinking?
Yeah, I know him in real life.
I've seen his internet search history. This guy's a creep.
I don't mean about Gus. I meant if it were me. If somebody were saying nasty. No, I've been doing that to Gus's comments. Oh yeah, no, totally, dude. Close personal friend of the show. He's a monster.
I had another reel pop off like a month and a half ago, and there was like 2,000 comments. It's like about a Brazilian flag, and then people started getting mad about me disrespecting the flag or whatever. And whenever someone said some
Hiling
wild
again,
shit,
dude.
I would just comment like, "I hope you find the help you need," and that would get them so mad.
I'll pray for you. I pray for you every day.
Yeah, pray for your whole family, dude.
Damn.
That
I
is
speak
fun.
blessings
That's
upon
okay.
you.
All we ever get is a podcast, and it's the same It's the same comment every single time. It's just, God damn, these guys are old, dude. These guys are way too old.
Too old to be doing this.
Aren't these guys supposed to be raising a family?
Yeah.
We're doing that too.
I'm doing
Yeah.
Some of us.
I'm talking about my
this
cats.
basement.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, your cat's my
Raising
kid.
a
What's the
family.
difference?
I also live in a basement.
I got
dude.
green mode, dude.
You got what now?
Green mode.
Green mold? No, I ain't got no green mold, dude. Don't be spreading propaganda about this basement.
Goddamn, I'll tell you what, it's good to be back in the cave, though.
Back in the hack
Back
cave.
in the cave.
This is a good hang you got cooking.
This is a
Yeah.
better podcast location than my living room, undoubtedly.
Well, we'll let the comments decide, dude.
Can I ask Mr. Gus, one more thing about his Kill Tony experience?
And
Here, take a mic.
feel free to say no, dude.
Yeah, Gus, feel free to tell me to buzz off.
Got
But,
comes in asking questions, dude.
Yeah, kind of recently after that, you got some love from, I would assume, is some sort of known personality in Brazil, and you stated that he was like the number one from Brazil, the number one dog.
Well, he started following me from this other video I just talked about. But he's like not the first, but probably one of the first people that start stand up in Brazil about 20 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's sick.
Is there like a personal, like, you're like, hey, that actually means a lot to me, or is it just kind of a cool nod, like, hey, that is
No, it was really
'cause he's
cool.
from Brazil, or
But
did
there's
you know
also
him?
another guy who hosts like the Brazilian Tonight's version. What's it called? Tonight Show version. And he like liked and commented my other video and followed me and stuff. So
hell
that was
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So have you thought about going back to Brazil soon just to do some shows and like be a big dog?
Yeah.
Get some puss.
Get a little puss, be on the Tonight Show.
Some over the pound pissy.
some OTPHKs at least, dude.
Yeah, working on some stuff. No, nothing
Little
concrete yet,
BBL
but yeah,
pussy.
definitely planning some stuff. Yeah.
Nice. And if you when you do comedy in Brazil, do you do it in Portuguese?
So this past like
Portuguese.
last month and a half that I was there was first time I did it in English over there.
Oh wow.
And it went. They had 3 shows. 2 went okay. No, 2 went well, and 1 was not great. One had
Okay.
like 9 people, and like 4 of them spoke English. So.
Oh,
Nice.
That's not even half.
Yeah,
So when you were overseas in Europe, were you doing shows in English? I take
yeah,
it?
just English.
Yeah.
yeah.
What is that like? I mean, because you were everywhere.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, for the most part, it was fun. I'm not a good promoter, so like the shows that I had just to show up and perform, those were great. And then the ones I promoted and organized myself,
Sure.
most of those were pretty shit.
Sure.
But overall, it was good. Yeah.
What was the best show? Is there like one that sticks out that ruled?
I
Or
mean,
like a place that ruled?
Barcelona
that you
is
went
probably the best.
to? Spain, dude.
The worst I had was in Copenhagen. I had 6 people and I was doing an hour. So
Yo.
That's just a very selfish AA meeting.
Yeah,
That's
right.
just, you're like, I got the talking pillow and y'all just can watch.
And then in Gothenburg in Sweden, there was like 20 people, but They didn't laugh at nothing, dude.
Damn, those Stone Cold Swedes,
How long
dude.
was
All
that?
those Muslims up there.
Also, like I didn't even,
I didn't know that.
that one I didn't have an opener for, so I literally was on stage for like an hour 15. Just
Holy shit!
Now, in these cities where you're going to, is there a cult? Is there like a scene in a lot of these cities, or are you?
for the most part, yeah. Like not this, like Gothenburg, this one I'm talking about, no. But like I used to live in Vienna. There's a good scene there.
Okay, yeah.
Amsterdam has a big scene. Paris, Barcelona, Berlin has a huge scene.
Hell yeah.
And then other places have smaller ones like Prague and where else? Munich, stuff like that.
How was Malta, dude?
Malta was cool. The first time I went there was like 2 years ago, and the weather was shit, so I didn't enjoy it at all. And this time was really fun. Yeah.
Nice,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
You got some redemption from Malta.
Yeah.
Are there
the
places?
Maltese Falcon.
Was there a place that stuck out as having like a
The
surprising?
stinkiest people.
Who stinks?
I had COVID when I was in Paris, so I didn't smell them.
It's a good
so-
smell.
Yeah, dude,
Fuckers.
that's-
That's probably good for you, dude. I call that a blessing from the
Cheese
Lord.
and BO and cigarettes.
Timed out well.
I mean, that's not for everyone, but I don't mind
I
it. But was there a place where you were kind of surprised that the scene was cool, or there was like, even if you meet, even if there's a cool scene anywhere and you meet 3 funny people,
Yeah.
you know, you're always like, wow, that's awesome.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't meet anyone from the scene other than the club owner, but in Luxembourg, there's a nice club called Carlitos Comedy Club.
Oh, okay,
And,
interesting.
Yeah, it's like the guy is just in America, but been living there for like 50 years almost, and he just likes comedy, so he opened a full-time comedy club there. And it's a really nice spot. Yeah,
Luxembourg is tons of money.
yeah, it's
like the
fun
richest.
place. I mean, it's like all public transportation is free, so
Sure.
you feel like you're being naughty by taking it.
Yeah, there you go. Now, how do you go? I can't even fathom organizing something like this. So what gets you,
Do you
from
rent a
point A
van,
to
or are
point
you
B?
training everywhere? Or
No, this one was all pretty much all train bus, other than like when I went to
And
Ireland
did you
and
map
Malta.
it out? Like, did you book all the clubs and everything?
So I from living there for a few years, I had a bunch of connections.
Nice.
And so you just because this community, like the comedy community in Europe is kind of like the comedy community in like in a state here in the U.S. because it's very
All of Europe is sort of one community.
So like I pretty much know someone pretty much in every country, so I can
Sure.
reach out to them and like, hey, do you have a venue or something or a promoter? I mean, I knew I wanted to do my show on my birthday in Vienna because I had all
Hell
these
yeah.
Austria and Vienna jokes that I wanted
Hell
to
yeah.
try to film and didn't turn out too good.
hell yeah, dude.
Damn.
But so I just basically whatever I would look at the map and whatever would make sense to try to go to, I would like reach out to the venue, see if they had availability, and
That's
sick.
Were they mostly like failed
That's punk rock as fuck.
failed art school
no
guy jokes in Vienna?
there's one.
No, yes.
Well, I thought my angle is like I think about the person who rejected Hitler from art school.
That's
and I
tough.
think they would be so scared of rejecting anybody else after that.
Acceptance rates just
Let-
shot
let
sky high.
everybody in.
Everybody can get in.
my
Can you
theory-
hold a pencil? Welcome,
You're in, dude.
And then my theory is that's why contemporary art's such garbage because they're not rejecting anyone from art school.
So he ruined
like
the world and art.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, him and the CIA.
Well, you
probably.
ever look at his art?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mid.
It's no, I like it. I thought it was all.
Whoa, dude, you're gonna publicly on our
Dude,
podcast?
separate the art from the artist,
Just
dude.
come in at the end of the episode
like,
and be like,
I
you
like
know, it was
it.
actually pretty cool.
I like
I'm just saying,
Art school hit
as
me.
art, it's pretty. I don't.
Adolf is pretty good with the brush.
I think if I had to
You know what?
decide.
I'll be taking this back. I'll be taking this back.
Yeah.
The man can paint a story. Okay, no,
Zach, I'll pay $6 million for it.
Stop attaching my name to all this backlash that I didn't say.
It's good, but it's not worth $6 million. Is
Yeah, whoa, hey,
that's crazy.
That's I think Shane Gillis said that about fame. He was like, I'm famous. I'm not super famous, but I'm famous enough where I could buy a Hitler painting if I wanted to.
That's crazy. I think if I had to choose between Hitler's paintings
Yeah, Shane's girlfriend.
and
Hey.
and Charles Manson's music, I think I'm
Ooh.
taking Manson's music.
Manson
I'm a
has some
Higley
dance
guy.
moves.
Why does everyone no one refers to him as Adolf? Why?
I don't know.
There's only one.
Yeah, there's
No, that's not true. There's plenty of 8
Well, there's only one.
But there's
though.
really only
Yeah, he kind of took it over.
One of one, dude.
one of one.
kind of
dude.
like how Jesus took over Jesus.
Yeah, the other guy's got to change their name to
There's
Jesus.
a ton of Jesuses, though, dude. Especially in the construction community.
in the community.
In the community I was in.
And that kitchen's all
Listen, it's a
across the
shame what happened to
Kitchens.
those people, dude. If it happened,
country. Mexicans?
No, come on.
The arts.
The community.
I'd like to go on record and say I'm sorry for everything I just said. And the opinions and
dude.
viewpoints of these people are in perfect alignment with how I believe.
I can say
Put
this.
your hand lower when you're saying
Perfect
it.
this way.
Stop.
This way.
Dude,
I can say this with full authority. You can go back and see me say it in other episodes, dude. Denying the Holocaust is gay.
It's gay, dude.
It's gay, dude.
Obviously, it's gay.
Who cares? I don't
you're
care
gay,
if they
then
made
it's
it up. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then unless you're gay, yeah, exactly. Then it's straight.
I doubled down.
Zach is like, oh, okay, now all of a sudden I don't want to be here.
It's funny because we keep playing like a dog pile game of like who's the worst.
That's
and
what this podcast is.
Every time I went up and then I back down, I'm like, I'm only playing.
I'm
And then
just
it's like
joking.
I tie my ship to your dock, and then your dock just catches
It just
fire.
catches fire.
Yeah.
That's a big part of my comedic genius, really.
Tanking
Is
career.
throttling
Blackmail.
that down, dude.
Zach Mail is
He
tight.
makes you say something that you don't want to say, and then he jumps in front of the train for you.
And I jump in front for you. But then I'll remember, dude, for when you get famous. Because if you get famous, I know exactly where this is.
Bring
dude.
me along, dude, or else.
And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna hit you in the dark of night, and I'm gonna say, Zach, remember when you talked about how you maybe wanted to buy his art?
Remember, you
Be
said
a shame if
you
anybody
love-
would have seen this.
you love Hitler
shame.
paintings, dude.
I would buy it to destroy it. That's my Audi.
I
That's
think what
You had an Audi?
my alibi. That's what I meant to say. I'm
What
done
he-
talking.
I think what he actually said was, "I like his art, but it's not my favorite of his work." Is that what he said?
It's not as good as his writing.
I preferred his
My
influence.
struggle is choosing my favorite.
My struggle is choosing.
Jesus Christ! I disavow all that.
Come on, dude.
I said it last week, dude. This is we ought to be a left-leaning
We're
podcast
left
now,
podcast,
and we did so good. Gus was so apolitical, except for when he heiled, like midway
He
through
did
the
Iowa
episode.
a little
I know,
bit.
dude. I was saying.
But he's Brazilian. It's
But
different.
he's Brazilian, and that's totally fine. You guys are crazy.
That just means yes, please, more meat.
But you guys had to get. You guys just had to get political.
I waited so long to hit you with some shitty Fogo de Chao joke, so you're welcome, dude.
Have you ever been to what's it called? The Brazilian. Oh my God.
Red Green Steakhouse?
No. Shit. It's like it begins in the R.
You got
Brazilian Steakhouse.
retard.
No.
retard steakhouse.
Where's it
Man,
at?
hold on. It's a chain. Rosati's or something. That's
Rosati's is a
that's
pizza place.
Italian.
That's Italian, brother.
Golly.
I mean, Fogo de Chao is the big chain.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm talking about something else, dude.
Dude, were you just googling?
Have you had good Brazilian
Who's the guy who
food
sings banana
around here?
pancakes?
Yeah, there's
that's
one
in,
off of
Josh,
400
you're,
on exit 8. I
Jake
think.
Johnson?
It's,
Jack
Jack Johnson.
It's a little place.
it's relatively. No, it's not that little.
Maybe a different place.
It's not cheap. It's like probably like $70 all you can eat. but-
Yeah.
It's Rhodesios, bro.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that just means like whenever they bring the food around. So
Oh,
that-
that's just called
okay.
Rhodesio?
yeah.
That's that style.
That's the style.
There's
But they
people out
call it
west that are trying to take the whole name of that style. That's just like calling your restaurant buffet.
Yeah.
People
That's their
out
whole
west.
thing.
There's liberals out west.
There's like a handful of
There's
them.
a handful of liberals out west.
They live in the hills.
There's a place like 5 minutes from here called Picanha that I haven't been to yet, but it does look dope.
There's a place by my house. You know that place by my house that's just next to the vet? There's like a full ass Brazilian steakhouse
nice.
just next to the vet.
Do you want to hear some
my house.
fat story?
Yeah, more than
A
anything.
while back, I pulled up to a Brazilian place, thinking it was a steakhouse. It was Brazilian wax.
Did you get? Did
So
you,
naturally, I
Oh,
got
dude,
my
I'm
pussy
fucking-
done.
did you go through it? Did you get a wax hand job?
I didn't want to be rude.
Yeah, I had them wax my ankle. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Had
And
a
then
wax just in between, just the gooch.
I got everything, Gus's gooch. I got everything
Gus's
waxed,
gooch.
and they didn't even bring me one meat. Damn it.
Damn, dude. Hey, here will be a great spot. to promo the show, dude.
Yeah, we should promo
We
the
should
show.
promo the
But
hell
I
out of
think,
the
The
show.
show is brought to you by Lamborghini of Alpharetta. Go in there and promo code Beautiful Losers. They'll give you $20 off.
They'll give you
Yeah.
some money.
Say it to a physical person.
Yeah, $20 off. I'm sure they would take it off. Like,
That's like a code
think,
word. You knock on a door, they pull a little window out of the slot and say,
Losers.
yeah.
Promo code losers.
And then a guy's like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll take 20 off.
Drop the name 20 off anywhere.
20 years off your fucking life.
What would be hilarious is if we got to the point where we were starting to take sort of like local and regional sponsorship, and Atlanta, what is it called?
the Bulldog.
Something
Andretti's?
Mercedes.
Oh.
Atlanta luxury
RBM.
Mercedes is. I remember when
RBM of Atlanta.
No, shut up. I remember when.
Fuck you, dude.
No, shut up.
No, shut up.
I'm trying to help your ass, dude. I'm trying to be a friend, dude.
It's
You didn't call me back for 24 hours, dumbass. Then you want to get in my face about it?
through Zach's ear. Hey, you keep it down.
That was jarring enough for me to take notice. I looked to Zach.
Sorry, dude.
All I
I
was
mean to
saying
get
was
fired
there's-
up.
No, I was saying you were wrong. I'm on your side. Yeah.
I'll get you back, dude. Don't worry about it. All I was saying was a podcast that looks like us and talks the crazy we talk, and then ALM being our sponsor, which is Atlanta Luxury Motors or something. I just remember
Yes,
when
I
all
bought
the
a car there one time.
yeah, when all the BLM protests were going on,
One time.
I remember seeing ALM stickers all over Mercedes, and I was like, damn, these All Lives Matter stickers are crazy. You guys are wild, dude. This is not the time. And then I realized, I was like, why has everybody got All Lives Matter stickers on every Mercedes? And they were like, that's Atlanta Luxury Motors or whatever. I was like,
Oh, shit, dude.
So
Back to blue,
I
dude.
think that would be a wild sponsor.
I think the best, this is sort of my peak. This is my Everest, right? We get as high as we can. We reach the pinnacle of success, and then we get the guy who did the Shane Company commercials to do the intro for Beautiful Losers.
That would rule. The guy that sounds just
Yeah.
like Brett Weinstein.
Shane Company. Gwinnett, Alpharetta, Ackworth, and Morrow.
And Morrow. Yeah, that would be
And then
awesome.
he does our intro.
You know, I met the. Did you see that? Do you remember this
Are we
video?
gonna fucking promote this shit?
Yeah,
or
just
what?
relax.
We'll
What
get
the
there, dude.
hell?
Do you remember the Flea Market Montgomery video? Have you ever seen that? And there's this guy, and he has like a flea market in Montgomery, Alabama, and one of my homies is from Montgomery, and so we were like visiting his dad and hanging out.
grave.
And we go to Flea Market Montgomery, and the video's insane. He's like, Flea Market Montgomery is just like a mini mall, and he's always doing. He's got a ton of videos of just singing crazy stuff. And he's got huge eyes, and he makes it big sometimes. And we met that guy. And then he was like, y'all want a picture? And we were like, oh, no. And I just started sort of walking. Like, me and another friend started walking away, and my other homie stayed and started talking to him. And the guy was like, he calls out after, he's like, don't be stuck up. And I was like,
Don't be a bitch.
I'm not being stuck up, dude. I just don't want a picture.
Don't be a bitch.
It was so good, dude. So that would rule, is just to get some like wild
local
dude.
celebrity,
flea
local
market,
hero.
yeah, local hero.
Anyway,
Have y'all seen Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage?
Barbecue and foot massage is incredible.
That's the marketing guy you gotta get.
Absolutely.
is that the guy? That might just be those guys from what's that show?
Moiter Squad?
Good Mythical Morning.
No, Rhett and Link?
I think that they
Those guys are white.
I think they made that commercial for that guy though.
Oh,
That's
like he's got.
I think they had like a whole they had like a whole series where they went town to town and made like a lot of those really shitty viral commercials that they
Local commercials.
made those commercials
I didn't
for
know
people.
that.
Yeah.
That's
What was there's also that one where the guy just is doing like racist affectations,
He's like,
which is so
it's like, well,
funny.
It's we zero credit, no credit. We'll lend to anybody. It doesn't matter. Black people, white people. It's like there's something about like we'll even lend money to black people.
Yeah, it's something great. No, but there's another guy who's like, I think it's a mattress store, and he's like full in garb, and he's like, oh, mattress so cheap, so soft, and he's like doing Asian stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, that's nuts. All right, we're trying to promote this show. You can't do Asian boys. We're gonna be in the helium, dude.
Mattress so soft. Sorry.
Yeah. Got all
The
that.
helium. The helium Alpharetta, but it's Atlanta on the Instagram, but it's
my
real
gosh.
life Alpharetta.
Listen to me.
Come to Helium.
Listen to my words.
Come to helium.
Helium, Atlanta.
Jesus.
Don't do the accent. Just say it wrong.
This is my Shane Gillis moment right here.
This is that's what I'm saying. Dude. Welcome to the podcast that's gonna ruin all of you guys.
Everyone.
We've got everybody. We've got
Should we make
Delano,
this super famous?
Shrilla. We're gonna trap the whole community.
We got Gus, fresh off of his Kiratoni. Sorry.
Do you guys know about Lululemon? Do you guys know about Lululemon?
Yeah, that's the
I'm
best.
just hanging my head in shame.
That's the best story, dude.
You haven't heard about Lululemon?
I just avowed, dude. I think Asian voice is
Hey,
racist.
let
and I
Gus
don't
tell
like
you
it.
about Lululemon, and then we'll promo this. And
Apparently,
then
the guy from the star Lululemon, he was like, thought it was funny that Asians can't pronounce it.
yeah,
No, this is a legit story. And then he named it
That's
like, what,
insane.
he just
what's the
made
most
up a
L's I
word.
can put in a word?
Yeah.
And then Lululemon.
Apparently, he was going. I heard he was going through a thing where he was like specifically mad at Japanese people for some like business deal
For
fell
the
through
war.
or whatever.
Got
For
diarrhea.
for the big war.
He got diarrhea from a sushi.
Dude,
yeah.
we're never gonna get this fucking promo. It's never gonna
He got
happen.
diarrhea.
He's like,
from sushi.
goddamn, the big war.
Dude, you got me falling off the fucking couch.
I'm sorry.
That's true.
I'm just,
Come on,
I'm just.
boys.
I'm
Let's
only
promo this
human.
right. All right, March 15th, Helium in the big room. Good answer. It is. It's the game show your grandma doesn't want you to see. We're gonna say weird and wild stuff, and
Weird
we're gonna
and
have.
wild.
We've already got a bunch of comics who have agreed to come and put their entire career at stake.
Wyo in blackface.
Yeah. It's there will be a
God damn.
there will be beautiful losers.
this podcast.
Beautiful losers on one team and a team full of very funny ladies who will have all agreed to be in black tees on the other team. Zach Hadlock is our host, which is very cool that he showed up at the end of this.
Guys,
Squander his beautiful
Golly,
name.
dude.
We'll try to get Gus there, just hanging out,
calling
and,
it a goal.
kissing people on the mouth or whatever.
I can say wow stuff because my best friend is actually racist. So.
Yeah,
Yo, dude.
that is very tight. But
That is very tight.
what else are you supposed to say to that? I mean, it's tight that Gus is so accepting and trying to do the good work out there. Gus, do you have anything that you would like to plug or promote? Not that, it's going to
Dude,
move a bunch of tickets.
I'm doing a show for puppies, I guess. Zach booked me.
Hell yeah.
When is that? April 11th? 12th?
Yeah, and we're not going to say the name of the business.
It's a clean show, which means I'll shower beforehand. It's a
That's
big
nice.
deal.
Get him.
Yeah.
Just
Listen, here's the thing. Gus is unaffiliated with this podcast. He was unaware when he came here that we were going to talk about
Crazy talk.
Nazism.
Yeah, I literally have never listened to you guys. So.
Is your Instagram at Gus Horn Comic?
Yeah.
At Gus Horn Comic.
Yeah, there's
Please
other
follow.
Gus Horn. He's a YouTuber. Don't follow him.
Not him, dude. That's not the horn you're looking for.
And y'all give it up for Zach Hadlock, who
Absolutely.
second time now we've just made incredibly uncomfortable. You'll have to see it.
But we
Go
all
follow Zach. He rules. He's the
follow
man.
Zach, obviously.
Because
and
despite how uncomfortable he is, he's still here.
that's right. In this bowling shirt.
Yep.
Which
Much
I like.
classier individual.
He's a classy dude. But we love and appreciate all of you, and Gus, obviously.
Gus, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so
Thanks
much,
for
man.
hanging
You're
out.
the
dude.
man.
This is way better than going out to Marietta to do whatever
Hell
the place
yeah,
is.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
You're damn right about
Let's get
that.
some grub. What's grub?
Yeah. Mezcal cocktails,
Let's
anyway.
grub and have mezcal cocktails.
Let's make some dumb videos. We love you guys.
Love you guys.
Please come out to Good
Guys.
Answer. It is going to be fun despite all of the crazy stuff we said.
But yeah. Whoa, it'll be great.
Helium.
Bye.
We got that on video. You better not get famous.